Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. This video is called The 3 Secrets of Starting and Why You Should. Let's get right into it. I've had a lot of people ask me what got me started, like what gave me that first initial push. And the truth is, all these people, they talk about success, they talk about high-rise apartments, the cars, the fame, etc., all of that. But no one talks about the start, which is kind of the most important part because that's what gets you all of that stuff later. And guys, the start usually isn't all that pretty. But if you don't take that first initial step, you're not going to get to any of the things you want later. So how do you do it? These are my 3 secrets to starting that really just changed like literally my entire life. So number 1, you're never going to be ready. Okay? You just, no matter how many times you think, oh, well, tomorrow I'm going to be ready, you're never going to be ready. Okay? An example that literally happened just right now is there was a rainbow outside and I started filming this video and I was like, oh, look, a rainbow. And I like started and stopped filming the video for like 5 minutes, right? And then I realized, you know what? I actually need to listen to my own advice and I need to just start the fucking video and not look at the rainbow. Confidence comes after you begin, not before. And so when you get started, you're not gonna know what you're doing. People are gonna think you're weird, and it's just this period where it sucks, and you don't know what the fuck's going on, and you don't have the confidence in yourself, and you're trying to figure it out, and you know it's what you want, but there's all these other things in the background. Guys, the conditions are never gonna be perfect, right? I started filming YouTube from my iPhone and editing it on my iPhone, and guess what I'm still doing? The exact same thing. And you know, I haven't blown up or done anything crazy, but it's been pretty good so far. I can't complain. And where I was in January is completely different from where I am today. And I wouldn't have been able to do that and make that jump if I didn't just start. My last point with this is like, fear will always, be in the back of your mind. It'll always whisper excuses at you, right? And you'll never have it all figured out. And because you don't have it figured out, that fear will just it'll sit there and it'll grow. And I've been right there. If you're someone, you're trying to get into YouTube and you're worried about it, I've been right there. And I'm telling you, the sooner you just begin and you say, yeah, the fear's there, that's real, but I'm gonna push through it, the happier you'll be. My second secret, you guys, is just you'll never have it all figured out, right? Especially when you start, you're not gonna know what you're doing, all right? I didn't know what I was doing when I was editing my first YouTube video on CapCut at 3 a.m. when I got home from my house. But I was doing something, I was trying, right? And I messed up so many times trying with YouTube, wholesaling, whatever it was that I wanted to do. I messed it up a zillion times before I got it right. Someone please go DM Daniel, ask him how many times he messed something up or had to redo something when he was building artifacts. I guarantee you, he's not gonna be able to give you a number. There were so many times we'd hop on the phone and I'd be like, how's it going? And he'd be like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing here, or I messed this thing up again. That's part of it. And cherish those moments, because later when you do have it figured out, it'll mean so much because you remember the times when you didn't. I know I said this before, but this video that you're watching right now will have been edited and recorded all on my phone. And when I started, I didn't know how to do that, right? But I figured it out. And not only did I figure it out, but it also worked. If I would have stayed stuck in my head and I would have been like, gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm not even gonna start, I wouldn't be here and you wouldn't be watching this video. Also, you guys, just experiment on what works for you. You can't learn to drive in a parked car, right? If you don't start doing something, you're not gonna figure it out. And sometimes you start something and you're like, dang, this isn't for me. But now you know, right? Every time you fail something, it's good. You have to reframe it, it's good, because now you know what doesn't work and you can figure out what does. The third secret to starting. This is the biggest one, I think. And it's the fact that opinions of others will always exist. I struggled the most with this. When I started YouTube, I didn't tell anyone other than Daniel because I felt like no one would get it. And because I didn't tell anybody, I didn't find the people who were like me. And I stayed stuck in my head of, oh, these people won't understand. And I had that fixed mindset. Things changed when not only did I, get better at making YouTube videos and feel more confident in myself, but I also realized not everyone's gonna like you, and that's okay. Not everyone's gonna see your vision. Not everyone's gonna get it, right? I had a million people tell me I should have gone to college. Why didn't you go to college? You should have gone to college, right? And I knew in my head, I was like, I know that's not for me. And so I didn't do it. And a lot of people, they were against it. They didn't understand it, but I did it anyway. I've given this example before, but let's say you really like the color blue and so-and-so really likes the color red, and you change your favorite color to red so that so-and-so will like you. That's great. But now someone else is gonna be like, dude, you used to like blue, now you like red. What the fuck's going on? There's not a time when everyone's going to like you. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works, right? There's always gonna be at least that one motherfucker who's like, oh, fuck this guy, right? That's part of it. That's part of it. And also you'll find that these people who you think will judge you, a lot of them won't. And even if they do, these people who are judging you, do you want the life that they have, right? These people who are looking at you and doing oh, this guy, he doesn't get it, man. Like, do you even agree with these people? Do you want to live how they're living? Ask yourself that. The other thing I will say is, like, yeah, you're going to lose people and it sucks. But ultimately, this is going to sound weird. It's going to sound weird. I've said it before in my other videos. I'm going to say it again here. It is ultimately a good thing, right? Now you know those people aren't for you and you can find the people who are for you. I'm going to add a bonus tip because I feel like it. So bonus tip number 4, fourth secret, be consistent. Do it every day, just a little bit every single day. And that will help build up your confidence, right? You don't even have to post anything. One of my things that I did when I was getting started to help me build my confidence up in front of the camera was literally just film myself doing something. It could be anything, right? Like film myself making breakfast and talking to the camera and then deleting it, right? But getting that practice, talking in front of a camera, it's weird. It's a weird change because you're used to talking to other people, but now you're talking to a camera. It's weird. It's weird. But the sooner you get used to it, the more your confidence will build and then the easier it's just going to become. Additionally, the sooner you take action, the less time you'll spend thinking about taking action, which I know it sounds just kind of like, well, yeah, no shit. But when you actually put it into practice, you save so much time. Like it was just like how I was talking about before when there was the rainbow and I was like beating around the bush. You know what I mean? I realized, dang, I wasted 5 minutes. And just 5 minutes doesn't sound too bad, but then when you think about a whole day, right? Those 5 minutes add up. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm still working on these things as well. These are the secrets I figured out work for me, but I'm still working at it. I don't have these all figured out yet. Like I'm still in process. Last thing I'll say with this video is that if you know what you want to do and it makes you happy, why not do it? Right? There's always going to be that person who doesn't like you. You're never going to feel like you're ready to start. There's going to be all these reasons, all these things that you sometimes even make up in your head of like, oh, I can't do it because of this. When you sit there and you let all that go and you actually just do the thing, you're going to be so happy. You're going to feel so fulfilled. And the only reason I feel that way now is because I took that risk and I started. When I didn't know what I was doing, I started anyway. Absolute worst case scenario, you start, you fail, now you know. At least for me, I would rather sit there and say, hey, it didn't work out, but I tried. Instead of sit there and just go like, dang, like what if? I can't do that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, those 3 secrets. You're never going to be ready. You're never going to have it all figured out, and the opinions of others are always going to exist. But if you push through that and you challenge yourself, you will come out on the other side very happy. Also, you guys, like this doesn't take as long as you think it does, right? I chunked out 2 hours today to film this video, and it took me 20 minutes. Like, I've literally been doing this 22 minutes. So it doesn't take as long as you think it does too. So just start and keep going. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel to get 100 subscribers before 2026. That's the goal. So if you liked it, subscribe, help support. And yeah, thank you guys.